Not yet, but I do like that Hotton's managed to get himself in freezer. You can see now it's a little bit of a beachhead, more coming in behind him. Virtue going to be taking some damage, going to be shut down by Yeti ultimately. Alamau above could be a big problem though. He's looking to deny that plant. He's got the option to drop that freezer hatch as well. Benja is going to get the trade onto Rampy, leaving us 2v1. It's all down to Hot and Cold. He ain't going to make it happen with the shield. We know that top floor is generally a bit of a 50-50 site. I complain about it at length at any opportunity that I'm given. Because it's not always one of the most successful sites, but a big nitro from Doki there, going to take down Rampy. Blur gets in on the action at the same time, and we've got a bit of a swinging man count here as Virtue manages to find Bosco.
2v2.
There's no diffuser in hand for SSG. They're going to have to go and find the kills here. Yeti does manage to find Doki, and we've got Blur left all alone in freezer. He can't run away, Des. He's in a position where he cannot move. He's going to get one, but now they know exactly where he is. He just has to win the gunfight. Somehow manages to get into barback storage, but he's had to flip to the pistol. This is not ideal, but somehow Blur steps around with an unbelievable tap. But SSG do now have the top floor control and can start working that verticality. Talk about verticality though. It's going to be the other way. Benja with a beautiful nitro up onto Bosco. Doki's going to pick up the man coming down red almost certainly. Does find Yeti. Takes the opportunity to potentially push himself back up as well onto the flank. Blur with a shotgun onto Fultz, and it's all going wrong at the minute. But Hotton somehow has got in, and he's getting the diffuser down. G2 have got absolutely no idea. There goes, and he manages to find a kill. And no, it's Rampy that's going to pick it up. Blur with the kill onto the planter. It's all up to Rampy, and he will be shut down.
They're going a little bit sneaky beaky like it looked like for a second. They're going to try and drop straight to the hatch tip and just hit the site.
This is going to be a hot dropping straight in, and I like, oh, Bosco going to be shut down. Blur is there ready and waiting. Doki gets one. Benja's in on the action as well. Yeti doing everything he can to keep SSG in the fight, but it's now a 1 versus 3 effectively with Blur down inside. Now knowing that Yeti is at the top of white stairs, they certainly do.
It was a really good attempt from SSG, and I won't fault them for that. You know, just because an idea,
you've got to take a chance.
Just because an idea doesn't work out, it doesn't mean it wasn't a good idea. It just means that in that particular case, you've been slapped on the way through.
Going to be droning him in, trying to feed that information. Sees some traces across the bottom
open
of the
this time.
It is. I think maybe lesson learnt there that if you close it off, they're going to send a shield in. Yeti's going to pick up Blur, but it's going to suffer to a run out from Alamau. And G2 just feel like they're in that confident position. And again, it must be very frustrating for SSG. G2 have just reacted and responded very well, and are now making it difficult for them to come into sight. It's as easy as that from behind the shield. Alamau gets another, even though he's on low health. He's going to be.
I love that.
He's not even going to be taken out. He's going to get a third. Bosco goes inside a piano, which could be an absolute death trap at the minute, and he's got diffuser in hand. Benja's going to push forward and find him, and that drops it down cold. 10 seconds left to go. This is very unlikely now for SSG, as it's 4 versus 1. Yeti's underneath. This round is done, Des, and whilst, like I say, I don't criticise SSG for that, it was very clear that they got to a point where they thought, we're out of ideas here.
I just thought, Fabi did his joke tweet earlier about, oh, I'll be over in an hour, 2 7-0s, easy, done, and it's getting on that way.
I'm interested for the point where G2 inevitably come up against Sonics.
Imagine that matchup. It's a thing, actually. It could be a thing.
It's going. I mean, it sort of feels inevitable, doesn't it? The kills are raining in here. Let's focus back on G2 versus SSG. Alamau's going to take down Yeti. That's the Cali brought along.
Honestly, they're just bullying them.
They really are. That's
flanks everything, destroying.
7-0 does. I think to be fair, we've been waiting for a 7-0 to come in for Des and I. These vertical angles, it's a nasty little angle from behind bar there. G2 are aware of it, but they just keep going. They don't care. Doki's going to walk up, get a kill onto Rampy, will be downed and killed, but Benja continues.
A smart read by Benja as well. He comes back down the main stairs, finds the drop onto Yeti as well. That's a freebie. It's like a Christmas gift coming down the chimney.
Fultz is trying to get aggressive and push back into 90, hold on to top red, but will be slayed by Benja, who finds the headshot. Here comes Hotton though. This could be a really big flank. I don't think G2 are aware. He's got to make the most of it. He gets one. Can he find a second? Yes, he can. Great play from Hotton. That's exactly what SSG needed, but Blur has got an opportunity to put this diffuser down. He's likely to stick it over 3/4 of the way through. I think that is going to be job done. Hotton trying to push back in from behind bar, but no, Alamau finds the final kill.
With 3 members now stacking up on the north side, utility starting to rain. Here comes that push forward, and it's a pre-fire onto Hot and Cold as well from Virtue. Great shot, finds his man. There's still one more pushing up around top red as well as Yeti trades back onto Doki. 4 versus 4.
Opening the vault might cause a little bit of a problem. Bosco looks to get aggressive on it, and beautifully so. Almost misses his shots, but I was just going to say one problem was that they were allowing somebody to still play inside a vault when they'd open the wall up, but Alamau's gone round to deal with that, and they have no idea that he's stood in there. Couple of kills come in, one either way. Alamau gets another great round from him so far. Opportunity to put the diffuser down potentially. Alamau's just going to be waiting for that push to come round. He's going to go down. Blur's likely to stick this.
Here we go as well. Blur does stick it indeed. Alamau's looking for all the fights that he can. Gets down by one, which leaves Blur in a 1 versus 2. He's won one of these before. Diffuser is down. He has the advantage, but he's got to win his gunfights and can't even see the man because of his sights.
Alamau managing to find Bosco, and this is a shame for SSG. Again, they've tried to defend right up to the boundaries, and they've done a pretty good job of it. But G2 just picking them off one at a time. Yeti managing to find Alamau. They're going to likely know that he's coming up Astro stairs, though, and he's going to find himself stuck between a rock and a hard place. How do you deal with that, though? You just shoot the hard place in the head. Doki's going to be there for the trade on the window.
Rampy's left against 3. We've been here before, Tim, and Doki's going to get the shutdown. What a massive round from the Scot.
Rampy's sort of chasing around an area, locking it down, but he's going to be waiting for Doki, but I don't know if Doki's aware here. He's going to... Oh, Rampy just misses his opportunity. Doki sprays down, damage is done, and he's on the hunt.
I don't think a Candela would have been worth throwing in here. You've got 4 of them, but going to get pushed and lose. If you know that he's trapped inside a vault, I really again think a single Candela would be enough to guarantee you a kill that you wouldn't be scoffing at. Benja on the below, though. Honestly, he's having an unbelievable map of Villa. Benja finding himself sniffed out here. So the Blur as he marches in just finds Bosco. Big round coming out from him. A trade coming in as well. Virtue answering up for Blur, the support duo of G2 stacking up together. Fultz rounds the corner, but again, Benja cannot be stopped.
G2 have got players downstairs in the basement. He's going to wait.
Surely? No way.
Benja's going to pick him up on red stairs. I was more concerned about Fultz. He's still out and free and could cause a problem to G2 later in the round if they don't have the proper cover. He's got himself up into dining, but no, he's going to be shut down by Virtue. G2 just know everything.
And there's just consistently put up big numbers from below with the grenades, catching players as they rotate around. He's doing a wonderful job. Either way, I just think SSG aren't able to play the game they need to play versus G2 because G2 have done such a good job of shutting it down. They finally get an answer and Doki goes down, but by this point, Tim, it's already a 2 versus 4. We have been here before, and it's when a little bit of a backstab came in and they lost a couple out, although it was Alamau on the backstab before they did quite a lot of work. The difference here being SSG don't have anywhere near enough numbers. 1 kill goes down, but immediately there is a response and a trade. Benja, take a bow, my son. What a game he is having.
You know, he doesn't bring anything like that that's doing something for the team. What he's bringing is an ability to give himself kills, and he's got to get them and waste time, and he's got to do that, and that just hasn't happened here. Kill after kill coming in for G2. This is going to be a flawless round as Fultz is trying to get anything going that he can. There's a lot of damage on the side of G2 at the minute. Fultz could potentially stop the flawless round, but the problem is G2 know where he is now, so they can just keep him at bay, get the diffuser down, and he's going to have to play into their angles. There you go, flawless round.
Let's see though if they can do anything here on the attacking side. They have more of the ability here to lead the round the way they want to, and that's a good start. Alamau, the first one taken out.
Much better for SSG there. Yeti taking him down, and no trade, no opportunity for G2 to level the man count. Rampy's coming in aggressively as well, but he's going to get found out.
Where's the call?
He goes in. I think Rampy was on drones potentially at that point.
They saw him on the Rotero. They knew he was there. They pulled the trigger to explode the Rotero, but no call came in.
Doki is going to be downed and finished off by Fultz, and hopefully for them they can start picking up a few more kills.
So frustrating because the death was avoidable as well, that last one, but either way, they've got
round as a whole though, Des. He's going to commit to playing it. He's going to move up a little bit closer, but he's going to take a lot of damage there. Has no choice but to dip himself away. He's going to give him...
I love this.
He's right out of dodge. He's going to switch to the shotgun so he can get himself in through the main door quicker, and he's actually got away with that one.
Yeah, no one's out on that side of the building at this point. They're all working their way in from the north. Virtue's found himself going down, and I know Blur's had a pretty good series overall. But I was going to say, even he can't win this one, I don't think. Indeed, they can get rid of him. And to be fair, there's 2 or 3 of them starting to close in here. If he gets a kill out of this, it's wonderful. If he can make it a couple, then even better. Swings out towards the right. Almost gets a second as well, but it's a great trade back.
Problem is, did they know that Doki's underneath? Because, again, he's one of those players that you just know, given the opportunity to get onto a flank, he's going to do a lot of damage. I think Yeti is aware that he's potentially moving around. They're very cautious of it. Fultz is going to pick up Virtue. Yeti onto Doki. Nice. This is
just testing his crouch key, Tim.
Testing the crouch key.
It does work.
Maybe a little bit soon in the process for that. But Yeti is going to get the kill onto Doki. And this is another round likely to be going to SSG. They certainly seem to be improving and back into things on the attack.
Blur, shotgun in hand, sees one, gets one pump off, but can't quite find any of them here. They're going to push it together as a 3, finds one. Can he get the next as well, maneuvering around so well? Plant is going to have to go down here, but does he know about the man behind the map's table? He should expect it. C4 comes out, but it's far too shallow. Can't find the man and will find himself rounding. Fultz finds the kill. It feels like they're a little bit unsure of how to tackle this right now. Alamal gets one for himself, immediately traded out as Hot and Cold has used the opportunity to get inside the bedroom, onto the bed. Rampy the one looking to try and make a bit of a stab work here as well as Blur goes down. Virtue as well, 4v2 for SSG. Can we see the start of the comeback coming through here realistically, Tim? Doki steps up and finds one for himself, has now got to round himself in towards the site as he is the last one left standing.
Going to be nothing to come of it as Hot and Cold finds that final kill. His mirror window is going to be open, so he's not going to be able to play too hard on that, but Virtue, he makes it a good start for G2. He manages to pick up the headshot.
They're inside.
But Rampy has got in and got the trade. This is dangerous for G2.
Yeah, two of them have forced their way in here as well. Real good to abuse the space left open by G2, who are committing so hard to the upstairs, but Doki's in over the table, takes out his man, it's into a second, make it a third, and G2 collapse. Now Doki's getting ready for a fight up towards top red here, sees the man step across, takes out a drone, but must know there's a couple of players here waiting, and there we go. He finds one onto Bosco, still one more, gets the second. They are the kind of kills that you need from one of your front men. Doki swings, oh my god! Finds a 4K, Rampy's the last one left alive. He wants his ace and he's going hunting. Blur will deny, but Doki's had an incredible round, and he's like, why have you taken it from me, bro? Why have you done me like that? Massive round from Doki, and G2 take the 2-0 and make it as good as they can to try and fight for that first place in this group.